Fourier transform of the given function. So just now we have discussed the given function is exponentially decaying function. So this function is defined from time is equal to 0 to infinity. Time axis is from 0 to infinity, it is defined. How is the function? Exponentially decaying function. And negative time axis and it is not defined. Now it is the energy signal. Now we have to apply Fourier transform of this function. So first of all, I am taking just the equation here. Fourier transform of x of t is x of omega, that is equal to integration is from minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j omega t dt. So first of all, we have to substitute x of t as it is, right? So please observe this equation here. Fourier transform of x of t I am applying here. This is x of omega. This x of omega, according to this standard equation, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of t, what is x of t there? E to the power of minus at into u of t into e to the power of minus j omega t dt. So write the functional representation as it is here. E to the power of minus at into u of t into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. This u of t explains these are the time limits. Time axis is positive axis. This is exponentially decaying function. If the time is less than the 0, that means negative time axis said this function is not defined. So that's why amplitude is 0. That's why now the complete function I am dividing into two parts. Integration from minus infinity to 0. Integration is from minus infinity to 0. So minus infinity to 0, how is the function? 0. So function is not defined. So 0 into e to the power of minus j omega t dt plus integration from 0 to infinity. Integration from 0 to infinity, how is the function? E to the power of minus at. Don't write u of t because here directly we have applied 0 to infinity. U of t meaning is time limits are from 0 to infinity. That's why you have to write only function e to the power of minus at into e to the power of minus j omega t dt. See, if you want to write u of t here, we have to write the time limits are from minus infinity to plus infinity. Finally, we have replaced here u of t time limits. U of t time limits are 0 to infinity. So 0 to infinity, this function amplitude is 1. So that's why directly I have wrote e power minus at into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. So 0 multiplies with any function, this complete function becomes 0 here, plus integration from 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity. Here bases are equal. If the bases are equal, power should be added. So e to the power of minus t, I am taking common here. Minus t is common, then remaining function becomes here j omega plus a with respect to t. So now we have to integrate this here. So to apply the integration purpose, I am taking standard integration for equation here. E to the power of ax. Integration of e to the power of ax with respect to x. Then the function explains e to the power of ax by a. Because here x is multiplied with a. Similarly, here this integration is defined with respect to time, with respect to t is there. So with respect to t, this t is multiplied with here minus of j omega plus a. That's why we have to write this complete as a constant representation. Write this is as it is like this. Then finally, the x of omega becomes here, x of omega becomes here e to the power of minus t into j omega plus a by minus of j omega plus a. What are the time limits? Time limits are from 0 to infinity. So 0 to infinity, just I have wrote like this. Then substitute higher limit and lower limit within this equation. So if you substitute higher limit, lower limit in this equation, first of all I want to substitute higher limit. Then it becomes e to the power of minus infinity because infinity into something becomes here infinity. Minus, apply lower limit, 0 is substituted here, e to the power of 0 by minus of j omega plus a. E to the power of minus infinity value, these are the standard values, please remember these values. E to the power of minus infinity is 0 and e to the power of 0 is 1, e to the power of plus infinity is infinity, right? So these are the standard limits, please remember these values. Now, so here e to the power of minus infinity is 0 and e to the power of 0 is 1, that becomes like this minus 1 by minus of j omega plus a. So minus minus get cancels. Finally, we have got here Fourier transform of e to the power of minus at into u of t is x of omega. This is equivalent to 1 by j omega plus a. This is one of these standard equation and basic equation. the basic formula from the Fourier transform. Fourier transform of e to the power of minus at into u of t is 1 by j omega plus a. So j omega plus a is there because here minus a, so minus a becomes here plus a. This gives the standard equation. Now from this equation here we have to draw magnitude response and phase response, right? So how to draw the magnitude response and phase response? To draw that purpose, first of all we have to take magnitude equation, right? So magnitude equation I'm writing now. Magnitude is nothing but mod magnitude of x of omega. Magnitude of x of omega. To write the magnitude of any complex signals, already we have discussed in classification of signals, square root of real term square plus imaginary term square. So right. So this topic already I have explained in classifications of the signals. Just please go through that one. If any complex signal is there, complex signal is nothing but it is the combination of real and imaginary signal, right? If you want to find the magnitude of that, then it gives you directly square root of real term square plus imaginary term square. So in numerator there is no complex function, that part I am writing as it is, and denominator function here j omega plus is there. This is real term and this imaginary term, so directly which gives the a square plus omega square. So magnitude of the function is 1 by, here 1 is I have wrote as it is because only real term is there, 1 by. This is the complex term right there, square root of real term square plus imaginary term square, a square plus omega square. Then we have to prepare one simple table here. We have to prepare one table. Within this table we have to write the few values. Those values are like this: omega values and magnitude values. Omega is nothing but frequency because finally we have converted time domain function into frequency domain, right? So frequency values, frequency changes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Then magnitude values we have to find out. So for that purpose, here I am taking frequency values, different values. First of all, I want to take 0. Substitute in the 0. If omega is 0 here, what is the value? 1 by a. 1 by a. Then I am taking omega is a here. Omega is some value, a value I am taking because there the complete function is defined with a representation. That's why I am taking a. You have to substitute this omega value is from minus infinity to plus infinity, any values here. So for easy understanding purpose here I am taking a here. If you substitute here a square, 2a square, then which gives the 1 by root 2a. Then substitute minus a. Substitute minus a in this. Minus a whole square, again it gives a square. So minus into minus plus. That's why it becomes here 1 by root 2a. Right? Similarly, we have to substitute some other values, 2a, 3a, 4a, 5a up to infinity. Positive time axis side infinity, positive frequency infinity, and negative frequency axis side minus infinity. That's why directly I am substituting now infinity value here. Substitute here infinity, something by infinity becomes 0, and if it is minus infinity, then also it becomes 0. Right? So this explains the completely magnitude response. Frequency changes, magnitude is also changes. Now we have to draw the graphical representation. This explains the magnitude with respect to frequency axis. With respect to frequency axis, that is minus omega to plus omega, means minus infinity to plus infinity. So exactly origin point explains the frequency is 0. If the frequency is 0, what is the magnitude? 1 by a. If the frequency is increases, this magnitude is decreasing here. See, 1 by root 2a. 1 by root 2 value is 0.707. That means 70% of the max value is decreased here. That's why if the frequency axis increases, then the magnitude response is slowly decreases. Finally, what is the value? 0. Similarly, negative frequency axis. Negative frequency also same thing here. Magnitude is decreases. Finally, it becomes 0. So this response explains the magnitude response. So according to the gain function, the given signal has maximum magnitude at particular frequency. That frequency is omega is equal to 0. At omega is equal to 0, it has maximum magnitude, and omega is increases, the magnitude of the system is slowly decreases. So this gives the magnitude response of the given signal. Similarly, we have to discuss phase response. So to find the phase response, again we require here angle equation. Angle of x of omega. How to write the angle equation? So for complex signals to write the angle equation, one standard equation is used, that is tan inverse of imaginary term by real term. Tan inverse of imaginary term by real term. So here these are defined in denominator, that's why I am writing minus Please remember that one. Denominator angles always we are tried with the negative, because according to the phase shift analysis, it becomes minus. So minus of tan inverse. Minus tan inverse of imaginary term is omega by real term is A. Then prepare one more table here. Frequency and phase. So frequency and phase here. Let us take frequency is 0. If you take here 0 degrees, frequency is 0. Tan inverse of 0 is, it becomes 0 degrees. Right? Frequency is A. For easy calculation purpose, I am taking standard values A. If you take here frequency is A by A is 1. Tan inverse of 1 is 45 degrees. So that is minus 45 degrees. Right? Frequency is minus A. It becomes minus 1. So that is minus of minus plus 45 degrees. And the final value is infinity. If you substitute here infinity, tan inverse of infinity is 90. So this gives you directly minus 90 degrees and minus infinity plus 90 degrees. Then we have to draw the graphical representation. Phase of this system is changes with respect to frequency. This is frequency axis now. Frequency axis, and this axis is phase axis. Positive angle, negative angle. Exactly frequency is 0, angle is 0 degrees. If the frequency is A, exactly here I am taking A. Frequency is A, what is the angle? Minus 45 degrees. And exactly frequency is infinity, up to long period. So what is the angle here? Minus infinity. If you substitute all this, then becomes like this, which gives the maximum angle is here. So negative side maximum angle is minus 90. Similarly, if you take this side, then it changes like this. So it becomes here 90 degrees. At minus A, it becomes plus 45 degrees. This gives the complete phase response of the given signal. This explains the magnitude response of the given signal. So now onwards, we have to find out Fourier transform of the function, and later we have to draw the magnitude response and phase response. Both are compulsory. So please remember this analysis. Here just I have explained only one example. This is one of the basic function. Similarly, we have to apply Fourier transform for different signals and different functions here, right? So please take this.